You're watching CN 100, Sports on Demand.
We're at Ignite Gaming Lounge in Chicago. We're doing the Summer Meltdowns, the Chicago Overwatch tournament. Overwatch is a first-person shooter game, and we got teams coming from all over Illinois to compete.
It brings to the table a very competitive nature, and it helps drive that esports scene. Overwatch just celebrated their first year of being available, so in their 1 year they've grown tremendously.
The popularity of esports the last 5 years has completely exploded. The concept of esports was laughed at and not taken very seriously, and now, I mean, we just gathered almost 90 people together.
The esports space and video gaming in general has grown so greatly, leaps and bounds, and it's really amazing to see places like Ignite Gaming Lounge where people can come together, compete.
I'm Andre Whitehead. I'm the executive director of Chicago Esports and Gaming. Chicago Esports was founded in 2013, and since then we've seen a tenfold increase in the interest in competitive video gaming and esports. The past 2 years, Chicago Esports and Gaming created the High School Esports Invitational as a way to show the community and entities like the IHSA the value and benefit in esports and gaming.
I absolutely believe that it's something that should be a state-sanctioned sport because of the competitive angle and strategy that you have in some of the video games today, as well as the passion that the gamers have and the high school students have, and they can apply it in video games the same way that you would see it in football or baseball or basketball.
I honestly think that esports is more difficult than basketball for the simple reason that, aside from the physical aspect, you have to think about multiple things at one time. You have to think about who's alive, who's dead, what abilities players have. You have to time ultimate abilities, and all of that's going on while you're also trying to focus on the mechanics of the game.
I feel like it is something you can aspire to, because it is something you can set your mind to and sort of work on and practice. There is, less of a physical aspect to it, but as long as you keep your mind sharp, you are staying in shape. It is a big part of gaming is being in shape yourself, because if you're tired, you're not playing well, and you get a lot more frustrated a lot faster. So I do think it can be a sport coming up.
I went to Stevenson High School in Lincolnshire, up in the northwest suburbs myself, so playing sports and athletics up there, I feel that esports does have a place in that. That's another thing that kids are playing normally, and to sanction it, it will help people get involved. And maybe if you're not a swimmer or baseball player or golfer, maybe you have you're good at video games, and there's a way to prove that and validate it.
I think at the high school level, it's really more about developing young people. It gives them the same teamwork development, communication skills, strategy development as traditional sports. And we plan on fully developing esports, and hopefully it'll become a sanctioned activity by the IHSA.
I think it's a great way for people that aren't into traditional sports to have an opportunity to come out, be competitive, learn some camaraderie, some teamwork, build up some self-confidence, all that great stuff that comes out of being on a sports team.
I think moving into the 21st century, it's the perfect evolution of sports.
Watch the following video in its entirety with Xfinity On Demand by selecting Get Local and choosing CN 100. For Xfinity X1 customers, scroll over to Xfinity Services and select Get Local.